This is a question that 100% of my clients ask me. So I've done a little bit of research and I've gone back through the history of my clients, and I'm here to tell you how often avoidants actually come back. Hi, I'm Amy and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I'm a certified attachment style coach and I help anxious attachers break the cycle of avoidant and emotionally unavailable partners so that you can thrive in your independence and prevent future heartbreak. Before I start, I do have a 6-week self-study course available in my bio. It is the blueprint of the exact steps I took to heal anxious attachment and move into more secure attachment. But let's get started. I would say a lot of you out there have found this video because you are either in a relationship with an avoidant or toxic person or narcissistic person, or the list goes on. You're in a relationship with somebody who is emotionally unavailable and it's not working, or you are going through a really brutal breakup right now. So either you're thinking of breaking up with somebody or you have been broken up with. I get asked this so many times, you guys, of how often do avoidants actually come back? So I would say, from my experience and from the experience of my clients, 80% of the time, and I've been through my client list, 80% of the time the avoidant does come back in some form. So when I say comes back, what I mean is they make contact again. Sometimes people reconcile. I did. Many times I reconciled with my avoidant ex. More times than I can count over the 7 years. So do they come back? Absolutely. Now, if it's a longer term relationship, that percentage really increases, and I would say it's between 90 and 95% of the time. But my second point I want to make is, how successful are these relationships, and do they actually last the distance? And no, none of my clients have ever had an avoidant partner return where they have stayed, where they have either stayed, healed, or where they've got lasting commitment. And I get that this isn't what you guys want to hear, but I just want to be honest and transparent with you, because having been stuck in that cycle, that on and off again cycle for years, if I'd have accepted the fact that this person was very, very unlikely to change, I don't think it would have lasted that long. It wouldn't have gone on for 7 years. And I'm glad now that I know. I'm glad now that I've done the healing work and I've really done a lot of introspection. Now that I've moved on from that relationship, I can see now that really I fell in love with the potential of somebody. Really, I fell in love with the person that I met that wanted the same things as me, who at the beginning of the relationship did seem quite open. But as the years went on, I was just chasing a potential. I wasn't chasing reality. I wasn't grounded in the reality of what this person was showing up like right now. So when a client asks me, will they return? Probably yes, they will. Will they return healed? Almost certainly not. So what you are likely to get when an avoidant returns is some kind of breadcrumb. It is very, very unlikely that you're going to get a big confession of undying love. Unfortunately, you guys, you probably aren't going to get the Hollywood ending that you've dreamed about. What you're more likely to get is a testing the water text, sort of, how are you? Been thinking about you, all along those lines. And what a lot of my clients also find is that then when they warm up to the possibility of getting back together again or progressing further with this, the avoidant retreats again because there has been no healing work. So what you will find is that, you get stuck in this horrible on and off again cycle that you can't seem to break, because if you're also unhealed, you are also going to participate in this cycle. You're going to be triggered into chasing again, triggered into proving yourself again, triggered into chasing a connection and abandoning yourself for that connection because the connection felt so amazing, it felt real, it felt love, and it's good to feel hopeful. But then it's almost always followed by disappointment again, and this is also what your nervous system is used to. So when this person does get in touch, a lot of people experience an awful lot of anxiety because they are bracing for another disappointment. And you can remove yourself from this cycle. You can do the healing work regardless of what your avoidant ex is doing. You don't have to wait to move on. You don't have to wait for this person to actually start to participate in your own life now. You don't have to wait for this person to start healing yourself. This person is not going to heal you. Even though your nervous system and your subconscious mind is wired to seek approval within other people, to self-soothe through other people, you are absolutely capable of doing this yourself, you guys. It's so empowering when you can take away your energy from somebody who isn't respecting you right now and who probably is being quite emotionally draining throughout the relationship. So when you can learn to take your energy back and focus on you and commit to yourself, I am going to heal my anxious attachment. I am going to take the steps I need to take to actually be present in my life now. I'm actually going to start enjoying myself on my own and with my friends and with other people, and start to show yourself that you don't actually need this person. So if it is that you sat there, if sitting on anxiety thinking, is this person going to contact me or not? So what? Let them. If they don't contact you, then that tells you everything you need to know. If they do contact you, vet them. Don't overinvest again. You vet this person, you protect your peace, you protect yourself. You're not going to jump in both feet. Like I did lots of times, you guys, there is absolutely no judgment here at all, where I've jumped both feet back in and inevitably the relationship didn't work because I hadn't healed and he hadn't healed either. So prioritize your own healing, prioritize yourself, prioritize your own enjoyment. Find little pockets and little nuggets of peace throughout the day. Find out what makes you happy without this person. And I know when you're sat there in the throes of a breakup and you're thinking, this seems impossible for me to do, just do one thing a day, one thing that is just for you. Maybe that's even just a 5-minute meditation. Maybe it's a hot bath, maybe it's a healthy meal, maybe it's just going for a walk. There is no standard that you need to meet. There's no one to seek approval from anymore. There's no one to prove that you're good enough to anymore. And find relief in that you don't have to perform for breadcrumbs anymore. So in a nutshell, yes, they do come back. Have they changed? Unlikely. I'm not saying it's impossible, but this is where you need to do your healing work. You need to know what your boundaries and standards are, and your yeses and nos are, and vet this person. Does this person fit in with you? Not the other way around, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you like this content, please consider subscribing to this channel and giving this video a like so that other people have access to it. If you have any stories that you want to share, post them in the comments below. I do love to read them and respond to them. But I'm Amy, and it's an absolute pleasure to help you improve your self-worth, and I will see you next time.